let's rewind and play our movie. Okay, our fly swatter is now moving, but our fly is so stupid, he just stays there. Let's make him a little smarter. We can do this by attaching a behavior to his sprite span. We want him to move away from wherever the mouse cursor, and consequently the fly swatter, is on the stage. Under interactive animation, in our library palette, there is a behavior called avoid mouse. Although this behavior seems more appropriate perhaps for an elephant, it's going to work for our fly as well. Let's add it to our cast window. Avoid mouse. Drag it into our cast window. Now it's available. Close the library palette. There you go. So, what is it that we want to avoid the mouse? Well, the fly, of course. So we're going to attach our behavior to the sprite span for the fly animation, which is in Sprite Channel 7. And I showed you one way of doing this, and that's to drag the behavior on top of the sprite. Okay, that's one way. I'm going to show you a different way this time. Okay, we just select the fly sprite span, and then we go to the behaviors pop-up menu at the top of our score. If we click on this, it gives us a list of all the behaviors that are available to us in our cast window. So we have Go Loop, Sprite Track Mouse, and Avoid Mouse at this time. If we select Avoid Mouse from this pop-up menu, then this attaches that behavior to the sprite, the fly animation sprite span. So we say OK. OK. Now, this brings up a parameters dialog box, and it's currently set at 33 pixels, which is probably a little bit close. We'd have to kind of almost be right on top of the fly before the fly started to move. This is the distance that our sprite is from the mouse, right, before it has to start doing something. So we actually want to move this, say, to 150 maybe pixels or around that. Okay, so if it gets to within 150 pixels, if our mouse gets to within 150 pixels of the fly animation, it will start to move. Here we have the speed of our mouse. 1,000 pixels per second is pretty darn fast. 500 is probably more than sufficient. Not quite sure what Active at Start does, but I think it's safe to leave it. And limited to stage area, well, that's like our other one. It keeps it from going off of the stage. And we do want that, because if it goes off the stage, we're going to have a hard time sort of getting it back. So we say OK. Now, once we've set these, I close the dialog. And now I can look, and if you'll notice, we look at this, we have this one selected. Notice Avoid Mouse now shows up here on the behaviors pop-up. So this is sort of a quick way of finding out what behaviors are attached to a particular sprite. If we select this one, Hair Loop, well, there aren't any attached, okay? But that's how we can, at a glance, see if there's, there's only one behavior attached anyway. We can see what it is that way. All right. So we're getting there.